Well, here we go. 2 days in a row. I've been meaning to build this for a little bit. I stumbled across it on a TikTok. It's called the Wave 7 Puzzle by Asaka. Y-U-U Asaka. A-S-A-K-A. It's called 7 Wave 7. Let me just get that straight. Wave Puzzle 7. There we go. Thank you, Internet. Now, I made this fancy box, and I made the whole thing out of Lego. His version's not made out of Lego. His version looks like it was cut by a laser cutter with plexiglass or something like that. I wanted to challenge myself because the pieces do not translate well to Lego, and because the dimensions are not 6x5, which is the standard brick height and width, and so there's some very unique shapes to these pieces, although they looked relatively uniform. And I was trying all sorts of things. Well, I'll show you what they look like. So I didn't bother hinging this thing, by the way. I just put the lid on, and I made the lid so it could just sit like that. So for example, this is a piece. Now, until Lego invents an inverted 1x2 cheese slope, I didn't bother. These should be cheese slopes here and here. I just left a gap. Now, so the original plan was for me to do something like this, where I have studs on this side and studs on this side, so I could put the cheese slopes on both sides. And I tried a bunch of things, but everything got really too big. If I wanted to make these things double-sized, it would have been easy, but I don't want to make these things double-sized. I wanted to make these things, what would have been really nice if I just made these things 1x2 instead of 2x2. And I might try this again, because I can build this in 1x2 instead of 2x2. You can see it's just a 2x2 there. But as I say, so this is 10 studs long with an extra plate at the bottom. So it's 10 point, well, this is 246, so 10.33. 10.33 studs long, 10 1/3 long. And that's the way it works. and so originally I saw the TikTok and I didn't want to watch to the end. I saw them with the pieces and the container that the pieces go into, and I wanted to see if I could build it and then solve it. And I was working all night, working with stuff like this, so I wouldn't have any inverted or the back of the pieces shown. I mean, I could try to change all this to inverted 2x2 tiles, but then I still have this piece here which had to hold the bottom piece on. So I couldn't come up with a nice way of making all the Lego quote-unquote studs and tubes hidden. So I just cheated. Got lazy after hours of trying to come up with a whole bunch of different things. And I just went like this. And so I built all the pieces as I thought they were supposed to be built. And then I tried to do it, and I didn't know if the pieces were lining up and and I couldn't solve it, and blah, blah, blah. So I actually watched the entire video to figure out how to solve it, to see all the pieces together. And then I realized that I had built some of my pieces with the wrong dimensions. These things were in the wrong spots, blah, 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 the wrong length and stuff. So now all these pieces are accurate, but I can't solve. I've already seen the solution, which disappoints me. Because I wanted to solve this on my own, because it looks like a really cool puzzle. So the idea is there are 7 pieces. There are all 7 pieces, and they all have various contours to them. That's the wave. That's the whole point. On the cutouts of the plexiglass or acrylic, these actually look like waves, but I just made them out of Lego. So, and each piece is unique. Each piece is 100% unique. And the idea is not to just put them in here like this, because you have to fit all 7 in here. This is just me storing them. So the trick is to try to, so this is me, I'll show you this storage, 5, 6, 7. And you can see there's a little bit of a gap there. But of course, the waves are up. And the thing is that all the pieces have to fit in here sideways. And there's no nice and quote-unquote easy way of doing this. And of course I had to make the the box itself to be able to hold these pieces. And so here's all those pieces in there, and then this piece of course won't fit. Of course I got a lot of gaps in there, and you can try to work out the gaps, because again, some of these things are supposed to fit into, like this is supposed to fit into there, so that gets rid of that gap, but still you're not going to be able to fit this piece in. And then this thing should be, if I go like that, fit into that gap. So there's no, and that thing should be able to fit into this gap. Nope. This thing should, even there. So there's no easy, quote unquote, easy way of getting all these 7 pieces so it's flat. The waves are not up, they're sideways. The website says it takes puzzle people, quote unquote, puzzle people who are, you know, obsessed with puzzles, about an hour to figure this one out. I unfortunately saw the end of the video because I had to make sure my pieces were correct. so I'm actually very disappointed. The last time I saw a video on the TikToks, it said spoilers at the end, and so I stopped it. So I got the gist of how to make the pieces. I came home and I made the pieces, and then I showed you that puzzle the other day. This one, the 4F puzzle, and then I solved it, and it wasn't that hard. And again, a lot of people, when I posted, sent me the solution. Fantastic! It was a fun puzzle. It's a quick puzzle. I was upstairs in a nice little box, Lego box that I built. I'm trying to make my containers a little nicer. So I mean, that's not bad, right? That's not bad at all. Because I'm going to be transporting these things, and because this is 10.33 long, I have to bring this in, and of course sideways too. There's also 14.33 to fit all in there properly, and again you try to figure it out. And so this had to be 14.33, which means I had to put an extra plate in here underneath these tiles, and these tiles are against the modified brick with studs on the side. What I had did, nice grammar on me. What I did was I replaced. I'll just show you really quickly. I used this piece, right, to put that on there, and then of course this side has the plate with the tiles on top. What I did originally to try to make it nice and even from side to side is I used a headlight brick. 2 headlight bricks on this side and headlight bricks on this side, which should indent this by a half of the one. I don't want to get into Lego geometry right now, but the headlight brick should have moved that in enough and moved that side in enough that I could put plate on the side, and tiles on top. I found it to be too tight. So headlight bricks on both sides does not equal the thickness of one plate perfectly. So I said, screw it. This is good enough. It's a little offset, but anyway. So the idea is that you have to fit all 7 pieces in here, flat, so they're not, you know, part of the wave, and then that's the puzzle. And I will say I had a really good time making these pieces, again trying to figure them out. As I said, I did a lot of different pieces. I used a lot of modified bricks, modified plates and modified bricks and different ideas, and none of them seemed to be able to work well enough to get the wave on the top and then the inverted wave on the bottom. Although it would have been nice to have, say, with cheese slopes on the bottom instead of just this square gap. And so the second Lego comes out with inverted cheese slopes. I checked Bricklink, they're not there. I will replace these bottom pieces with cheese slopes, inverted cheese slopes. C'est la vie. Anyway, so as they say, Wave 7 puzzle by YUU Asaka. And I had fun making a Lego version, and it's a nice little container, a nice little kit. I can bring this to probably Lego dinner, and as they say, I put a little bit of effort into this, so you can go like that and try to figure it out. I had fun with this one. I had fun building it. I am very disappointed that I had to watch the end of the video in order to get the solution, to realize that my pieces were a couple studs off here and there, and so I had to revamp my pieces, and now it works perfectly with the solution that was given, and I've been trying to come up with a separate solution, and that's just not working. So I believe there is only one solution to this, to get all these pieces to fit into the container. So I might bring this to dinner on Friday. So the Lego dinner is on Friday. I know some people can't make it, and that's perfectly acceptable. Everybody has lives outside of the Lego group. But Sandy and I plan on being there going forward, unless something. Why is this thing? Wait, this thing has to be centered. Sure, no, it doesn't fit. There we go. So Sandy and I plan on being there on all Fridays going forward. So I posted on LugNet, and I posted on the Turo Lug Discord group that Lego dinner is this Friday at the Swiss Chalet in Toronto, Etobicoke. Look up at LugNet, or look up on the Toro Lug Discord, and maybe I'll see you there. And this thing should be with me, and then people can try to solve it. And I'm happy with the build. It's, again, very, very basic, but that's how I like to build. Nothing too fancy, just enough to look cool. Yeah, so that's it. A nice quick video today. And I may bring some of these puzzles to, well, I don't know if I'm going to bring them to Anime North, because I don't want the public touching them. But I might bring them to, obviously, Bricks in the Six. Well, we'll see. Anyway, I hope everybody out there is, oh, I'm going to turn that right there. Look how nice that looks. I hope everybody out there is doing well. I am doing very, very good. We are doing very, very good as a family. And life is good. So I will talk to you guys soon. Take care. Bye.